Good morning. I have got a great Bible passage for you today. It comes from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. It says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet to the nations." You know, so many people wonder about their worth and their value. Can I tell you that your value today is so infinite that before you were even born, God knew you. He knew who you were. He knew who you were going to be. He was excited that you were here, and he had a plan for your life. You know, Jeremiah didn't realize this, and Jeremiah was trying to get out of the call of God on his life. He would say to God, but I'm just a child. I can't talk. I can't do that. And he had all these excuses of why he couldn't do something. Today, God is not wanting your excuses. God knew you before you were born. He formed you in your mother's belly, and he had already preordained what you were going to do with your life. He's already picked out and chosen for you. All you have to do is accept it and walk in his will. Jeremiah's biggest problem is he was trying to get out of the work that God had called him to do. It's time for us to stop trying to get out of the work and start saying, "Yes, Lord, I'll go. Yes, Lord, I'll do what you've asked me to do." Quit trying to bellyache and complain and talk about your insignificance, because every time you do that, you devalue the life that God has given you. He gave you life. He breathed life into you. Before you were even born, he told Jeremiah, I knew you. I ordained you as a prophet to the nations. I am going to use you. And Jeremiah's response, "Oh, well, God, I can't for this reason. I can't for that reason. This is what's wrong with me. I'm poor, pitiful me. I can't do this." Let's stop making excuses of what God, for ourselves, and start just really stepping out into what God's called us to do. Maybe you don't know what that is yet. Maybe it'd be a lot easier if God would just come and slap you upside the face and say, "This is what you're going to do, son." I wish he would sometimes, but sometimes he just doesn't. And it's up to us to just trust God, rely on God, pray and seek his face, know what he wants for us, what his will is for our life, and then walk into it. God's already got your day pre-planned. He already knows what he wants for you. He knows what's best for you because he's God. And if you'll just walk in that and you'll believe in him and trust in him in that today, I promise you things are going to go a lot better. But you have to understand the importance and the value of yourself. Jeremiah did not see his own value. He did not see what God saw in him. And so he tried to get out of the work. Quit trying to get out of the work. Start trying to see yourself as God sees you. And when you see yourself as God sees you, you're going to be able to make a huge difference in this world, just as the prophet Jeremiah did. God's got a plan and he's got a will for your life. Please walk in it and step into it. Jesus is coming soon. And if you aren't ready and if you aren't doing the Father's business, you're going to be very disappointed at Judgment Day because of all the missed opportunities that you could have had if you would have just walked in the will of God. It's time for us to step out of man's will and step into God's will. Because when Jesus returns, we want to make sure you're ready. So make sure you're ready today for his rapid return, because Jesus is coming soon. So just continue to keep your eyes up there on those skies.